Hello everyone, welcome back to today's video. So in the last video we looked at paragraph tags and how we can use them to show text on our web page. But now, how can we manipulate said text to change the way they look? Now to do that, we have some HTML tags at our disposal to use. Now I'm going to be looking at some of them. First of all, enter into Visual Studio Code and clear what you have done so we can continue. The first tag we'll be looking at is the B tag, which is short for bold. So first I'll create a new paragraph, then this is some bold text. So now I'll wrap this inside the B tag. So when we refresh, that text should be in bold. Now as you can see, bold text is now bold. Now there's a second way to do this in HTML, and that is using the strong tag. So the strong tag does the same thing the B tag does, but for best practices it is more advisable to use the strong tag over the B tag. So if we refresh, you should see that they both look the same. Now the next tag we'll be looking at is the I tag, and if you may have guessed, the I tag stands for italic. So change this to italic text. So when you refresh it, you should see that this text now is written in italic styling. Now same for italics. There is also a second way of doing this, which is more advisable, and that is using the EM tag, which is short for emphasis. So when you refresh your page, you should see that that should give you the same result as the previous one. Now the next tag we'll be looking at is the mark tag. Now the mark tag is used to highlight text in HTML. So let's change that this is some highlighted text. So when I go back and refresh, you should see highlighted text now has a yellow background, which highlights it from every other text in this page. Now another tag we'll be looking at is the small tag. Now the small tag does what the tag says. It makes whichever text is written inside it to be smaller than the rest of the page. So this is some small text. So as you can see, the font size of small text is smaller than this is some. So that is the use of the small tag. Then the next tag we are looking at is the del tag, which is short for deleted text. So this just gives you a strike through in the text. So now when I refresh, you see that deleted text now has a strike through in it. Now in previous versions of HTML, we did this using the strike tag, but if you type in the strike tag now, you will see that it's red, which means that this tag is now depreciated. So it is now advisable to use del when you're trying to add strike through text in HTML. Now the next tag we'll be looking at is the ins tag, which is short for inserted. So now what this just does is it gives your tag an underline. So just change this to this some underlined text. So as you can see, we have an underline in underline text. Now, just like bold and italic, there is also a second way of writing this, which is using the U tag. So if you go back and refresh, you should see that underline text also has an underline using the U tag. Now, the last two tags we'll be looking at today is the sub and sub tags. Now, the sub is short for subscript and the sub is short for superscript. So, this is some subscript text and this is some superscript text. Now these two tags just do the opposite of each other. So when I refresh, you should see how it looks. So now subscript takes the text below the baseline of the paragraph, while superscript takes the text above the paragraph and makes it smaller. So you can use this in text like, let's say you want to write date. You can write today is the 11th, then using the superscript tag, so now if I refresh, should say now today is 11th. So this is very useful in doing very subtle things in your website, which makes it more visually appealing. Now the last tag that we'll be looking at, which is a bonus, is the horizontal row tag, which is the HRR. Now this tag is also among the tags that don't have a closing tag. Now if you go back to your page and refresh, you should see a horizontal line through the web page. So that is what the HR tag is for. If you want to have different sections in your page and you want them to be divided visually, you can use the horizontal row. So we can use it in something like this. Let's say we divide this up. You can put this here. And now when we refresh, you should see each of them in different sections now due to this HR. So it's very useful if you want to create sections in your page. And that will be it for this video, and in the next video we'll be looking at other tags that are very useful in HTML to create rich and appealing web pages. And as always, see you in the next video.